People of the world today are under siege, being bombarded with messages about homosexuality, being bombarded with messages about LGBTQ+. And we are being forced to accept this undesired behavior, a behavior that was never known on earth before the people of Qawm Lut. Today, when we speak against homosexuality, as I'm going to speak today, because that is the position of Islam, and it will never change. The position of Muslims and Islam against homosexuality will never change ila yawm al-qiyamah. Come what happens. Whatever forces and whatever might are going to be behind, propelling and pushing this undesired behavior down the throats of people of the world, the Islamic position will never change. When we speak against homosexuality, we are portrayed as attacking people's identities. Because historically, homosexuality throughout the history of man was associated with an act, not identity. Throughout history, homosexuality was simply associated with actions and not the identity of people. However, today, entire identities and institutions are built around this sexual orientation. The main strategy of the advocates of LGBTQ is to convince the world that this behavior is normal. That's their agenda. That this behavior is normal, and that people who are attracted to the same gender are born that way. That they are born that way. That this behavior is biological. This behavior is genetic. La hasha. Far from the truth. So let us not be tricked to believe that this is biological or genetic. It is not. It is an acquired behavior. They acquired it, the people of Lut, and those who practice LGBTQ today also are acquiring it. Today, with our powerful, well-funded lobby group, these actions started getting acceptance and normalized in the West. At present, LGBTQ, subhanAllah, advocacy is part of a global agenda. It's a global agenda by Western states and the United Nations. They are the ones who are advocating and funding and pushing this agenda. And I don't know whether you are aware that as we speak now, there is a case in the Court of Appeal in Kenya where the LGBTQ movement wants to have the law prohibiting homosexuality repealed, because homosexuality under the penal code of Kenya is a criminal act. It's criminal. And alhamdulillah, this mosque, Jamia Mosque and Ummah Foundation are among the parties in court fighting against this evil. More troubling, my dear brothers and sisters, is the silent and secret programs of this group to impose literature and curricula on our children in schools to make them accept homosexuality as normal behavior. So parents, compete for your space as parents, because there are others who are competing for that space to misguide our children. It is time we took interest in what our children are being taught in schools and what books They are being asked to read. And more important, you need to be careful where you have subjects like sexual reproductivity. Those are the kind of terminologies that are actually used in these schools. Or the family. I saw a book where the family unit is described as a woman and a man, one kind of family, another kind of family, man and man, that's another kind of family. Third is women and women. So children are being taught that these are families in our schools. Definitely, there is an increasing push by the Western countries, as well as organizations to promote LGBTQ in African countries like Kenya. And this was clear during the visit of the former president of USA, Barack Obama, in 2015, when he openly came to Kenya and pushed the case for homosexuality rights. But former President Uhuru Kenyatta told him on his face that we will not sacrifice our inherent religious and traditional value. It was open.